Miss Annette Lewis from TAP wants to make a presentation, wants to use our board meeting as a public forum to make a presentation to Reverend Roger Bush.
Thank you.
Ms. Lewis.
Thank you so much, Board of Supervisors and Mr. Lanford. Thank you for this opportunity to stand before you to celebrate contributions that have been made to the Alleghany Highlands by Reverend Bush. We were going to surprise him, but since his name is on the agenda, he's probably no longer surprised. But I'm going to ask him to come up and we'll share with you why we think at TAP, I'm the president of TAP, he served on our board, but why we think this is a good place to celebrate his contributions. And I've asked Harriet Woodward, who is the chair of our Alleghany Highlands Board of Commissioners, to join me. Mr. Bush, if you would come. His family is here. I don't know if you know your wife is here. Oh, you said and his son and daughter, and also we have TAP employees and current and former board members. If they'd stand while I read this, and the director of our education and employment programs. But we have a resolution, and I'll read that. Whereas the Reverend Roger Lynn Bush, a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania native, relocated to Central Virginia from Eastern Ohio in 1971 and became the pastor of Oak Hill Bible Church in Clifton Forge, Virginia in January 1980 and served there until his retirement December 31st, 2017. And whereas Reverend Bush is respected by other church leaders, is known as a pastor to pastors, and is seen as a servant leader, and whereas Reverend Bush continuously reached the Alleghany Highlands during weekday drive time through the Message of Hope since 1980, moderated the weekly radio pastors panel and broadcast weekly in the 1980s on the community cable television channel, continuing a pioneering practice begun in the 1960s. And whereas Reverend Bush envisioned members of the Alleghany Highlands joining together across denominations as the Church of the Alleghany Highlands, coordinated the area-wide 1985 Alleghany Evangelistic Crusade and the Spiritual Outreach Witness SOW 2000 events, and promoted unity through local ministerial associations. And whereas Reverend Bush established the Alleghany Bible Institute in the 1990s, a 2-year Bible certificate program to provide academic Bible training for the Highlands. And whereas Reverend Bush demonstrated a concern for both the soul and physical needs of mankind. And whereas Reverend Bush sat on the founding board of Safe Homes System, providing shelter and assistance for victims of domestic violence in the Alleghany Highlands. And whereas Reverend Bush advocated for the transportation needs of the citizens of the Alleghany Highlands. And whereas the Alleghany County Board of Supervisors appointed Reverend Bush to the board at Total Action Against Poverty, TAP, known now as Total Action for Progress, which provided him an expanded platform to serve others. And whereas Reverend Bush served on TAP's board for a period of 5 years from September 5th, 2006 to September 8th, 2011, whereas Reverend Bush served on the TAP Alleghany Highlands Board of Commissioners, a TAP Board Advisory Committee from September 2006 until his retirement in 2017. And whereas while serving at TAP Board and Advisory Committee as a member, Reverend Bush supported and provided guidance for TAP programs, Head Start, Childhood Development, GED and Literacy, Computer Literacy for Adults, Virginia Cares, Reentry Services, Project Discovery, a first-generation college access program, Fathers First, healthy relationships, training and job placement, supportive services for veterans' families, which serves homeless prevention and rapid rehousing, dental loans for adults, weatherization and indoor plumbing and rehab, and rental and utility assistance. And whereas Reverend Bush is the person who originally established the Participant Support Fund for TAP Virginia Cares in the Alleghany Highlands to meet client emergency needs. And whereas Reverend Bush made the original contribution from his own pocket to the fund, reached out to his and other churches to pledge contributions each year, and also challenged commission members to give. And whereas Reverend Bush supported a volunteer to serve as a staff member for TAP Virginia Cares, a volunteer position which is now a paid position. And whereas Reverend Bush served as the TAP Alleghany Highlands Board of Commissioners liaison for the annual SJU Appalachian Experience Team, the St. Joseph University of Philadelphia Spring Break Student Immersion Community Service Program. And whereas Reverend Bush chaired the committee responsible for feeding and housing the SJU Apex team, assessing and coordinating community service requests with work team and materials available, and organizing the repair of houses and other work projects within the community. And whereas Reverend Bush cares not only for the members of his congregation, but for all people throughout the Alleghany Highlands. And whereas Reverend Bush credits his darling wife of almost 59 years, Caroline McMakin Bush, who is the mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother of his 4 children, 4 lifetime foster children, more than 15 grandchildren, and more than 7 great-grandchildren, because without her ministry of care, work, and administration, he would not have been able to achieve the contributions listed in this resolution, which are contributions that we celebrate today. And finally, now therefore, on this 6th day of February in the year 2018, it is with pleasure that the Board of Total Action for Progress, TAP Alleghany Board of Commissioners, and the TAP President, staff, and entire client body thank and commend the Reverend Roger Lynn Bush for outstanding, faithful, and dedicated service on the TAP Board and Board of Commissioners, and for the service rendered to the citizens of the Alleghany Highlands.
Don't go anywhere. I lied to Roger to get him here tonight. I just might as well fess up, because I think if I do that, maybe I won't go the bad place. I told Roger that we were here to support radar services in the Alleghany Highlands. I know that's something you all hear about all the time. So, yay radar. The Board of Commissioners would also like to present a gift to Reverend Bush. He's going to be a real loss to this community and a loss to the people who need him so much, which is our vulnerable population here. But we would like to present him with this clock, which we think might be of use to him in North Carolina and his new residence. It says, the Reverend Roger Lynn Bush, Total Action for Progress Board, September 2006 to September 2011. Congratulations. Good luck, Roger. We love you.
This was a
Would you like to
surprise.
say something, please?
This was a surprise. I mean, I did not know a thing about it until I picked up the docket and read it when I sat down. But it sounds like I've been very busy because, and TAP has been a very busy place to be involved in, believe me. It was an honor when you all asked me to represent you on the board of Total Action Against Poverty in Roanoke. And I thought I was to be on the local board. And I believe when Mac Campbell called me, he thought so too. But when I walked in to the local advisory board meeting, they said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I was just appointed by the supervisors to represent the county in TAP." And they said, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here, you're supposed to be in Roanoke." Well, so I went, and I discovered that they had committee structure naturally, and appointed various members of the board to committees. Well, my committee was the Alleghany Highlands Advisory Board membership. And so I have served in that capacity up until December, and fruitfully so, thank the Lord. And as I said, TAP is a busy place to be involved, and I have simply gone one day at a time, going through whatever door God opened up to me to be fruitful, and it's been wonderful to be here, to live here, to serve Him and to serve you all, and I thank you for the opportunity to become part of TAP.